What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Chiefs Priority here with another video. And basically, what we talk about is the Kansas City Chiefs and what they're doing. That's basically what we're talking about, the Kansas City Chiefs and what they're doing. So the Kansas City Chiefs are making a lot of good moves, and they're just adding to what this team is already building with their legacy. And getting Isaiah Pacheco was honestly my favorite pick still in that draft. But you also can't go wrong with Trent McDuffie, who I loved in that draft as well. I think that was a very good pick. And George Karlaftis. That was just a good draft overall. And that draft is really the reason why we won the Super Bowl, because all of them rookies came in and made big plays to help this team. So letting the Kansas City Chiefs do all that with a bunch of rookies, it was honestly crazy. And this goes to show you how talented Patrick Mahomes is. And as a Chiefs fan, you just have to be glad to have Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback. And you just have to love what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. Jaylen Watson, man, I really do think Jaylen Watson could be a very good player in this league, because he has a lot of attributes that a cornerback should have. He has a long wingspan. He's very physical at attacking the ball. And he also could catch picks. So that's what I love about Jaylen Watson. He had a lot of big picks for us in the playoffs and throughout the season. So I think that next year he's going to do that again. And I could see him doing that. I could see him getting more picks than he did last year. And him and Trent McDuffie is going to be something truly special to watch. Now, I'm kind of concerned about L'Jarius Sneed not being on the team anymore, because we just drafted Jamari Connors. So I'm hoping next year we don't end up getting rid of L'Jarius Sneed or letting him walk, because I know he's going to want a big contract. And yeah, man, I love L'Jarius Sneed. I think he's a very good player. He could be a top cornerback in this league. So I just love what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing overall. Their cornerback core is looking very good. Wide receiver core, their O-line, just everything is looking very good for the Kansas City Chiefs right now. And the future is very bright. The reason why I say the future is very bright, because they have their running back for years to come in Isaiah Pacheco. And the Chiefs are going to have a good rushing attack for years. And that's just very scary. Do you have the Deneric Prince, who's probably going to make the roster? So the Chiefs are going to have a good rushing attack for some years to come, because they have young running backs who's very athletic with a lot of potential. And Isaiah Pacheco has shown that he could rush for 1,000 yards in a season. Then you get into the wide receiver core, who's also young with a lot of potential. And one of these dudes are going to break out eventually. I don't know if it's going to be Sky Moore, Justin Ross, or Kadarius Toney. But my bet is Kadarius Toney. I think this season, Kadarius Toney, if he stays healthy, he's going for 1,200 yards. Now, when we get into the tight end room, that's probably old, because Travis Kelce is very old. But I do think he still has like 3 to 5 years left in him, because he's a very good player. And I don't think he'll ever slow down skill-wise, but he might decide he doesn't want to play anymore. So we just got to look out for that. But I do think Kelce is going to play for a little more, because he said him and Patrick Mahomes is going to pass Curry and Clay in rings. So I'm guessing he wants to play for at least 3 more years. And yeah, man, Travis Kelce, he's just the key to the Chiefs right now. He's the best tight end in the league. He's going to be the greatest tight end ever. And he's just the key to what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. And I can't see him slowing down anytime soon. Then you look at this offensive line. We have a young offensive line, except for Joe Thuney, but we can still re-sign him. And I think this offensive line is going to be good for another 5 years. It could be even 10, like you just never know. So the Chiefs are looking very promising. And then you got the defense, Trent McDuffie, L'Jarius Sneed, and George Karlaftis on the D-line. Then you got Chris Jones, who's also going to be good, and he's in his prime. So the Kansas City Chiefs have a lot to look forward to, and I'm just proud of everything that they're doing. And now we're going to be breaking down their schedule. So to open the season on September 7th, they play the Detroit Lions. Now, I got the Chiefs beating the Lions. Then we play the Jaguars. They're going to beat the Jaguars. Then we play the Bears. That's an easy dub. Then we play the Jets, and I'm going to that game. I could see us beating the Jets. That doesn't sound hard to do at all. Then they play the Minnesota Vikings, who I think we're going to beat. I mean, the Jets is going to be a hard game, actually. I'm going to take that back, because they have Aaron Rodgers now, but we're still going to win it. Then we're going to beat the Vikings, so that's going to be 5-0. Then we're going to beat the Broncos, 6-0. Chargers, 7-0. Broncos, again, 8-0. I could see us beating the Dolphins as well. That's 9-0. Eagles, 10-0. Raiders, 11-0. Packers 12-0. So at this point of the season, we're going to be 12-0. Now, if we face the Buffalo Bills, we might take an L. So that could either be 12-1 or 12-0. Then we're gonna face the Patriots, who are gonna beat I ain't gonna lie, this might be our first undefeated season. I mean, all we have to do is beat the Bills and the Bengals, and we got an undefeated season. Last season we went 14-3 with a bunch of rookies that had no chemistry, so I could definitely see us going undefeated this year, because this team is gonna be clicking and they're gonna have a lot of chemistry. And Patrick Mahomes is most likely gonna have another MVP season. He's gonna be on a different level, man, because Patrick Mahomes is just a different type of quarterback, and you just don't find Patrick Mahomes. You don't find quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, man. It's really scary. Now, one of my favorite moves of the offseason was signing Richie James, because it's honestly a low-risk, high-reward move. And he's not a Pro Bowl level wide receiver, but he possesses the necessary tools to thrive as a gadget player within Andy Reid's offense. And he also has valuable experience as a punt returner. So the departure of McCole Hardman and the Chiefs' desire for Kadarius Toney to assume a traditional number one wide receiver role, it creates an opportunity for a player like Richie James to step up, and he could literally be utilized in plays like jet sweeps and screens, so that'll be adding versatility to the offense. And then Sky Moore could easily transition into a more traditional wide receiver role. And yeah, man, but we don't know who the punt returner is going to be. It could be Toney, it could be Richie James, Scott Morgan, who knows. But I like the Richie James signing. Now, he may not get 1,000 receiving yards, but yeah, man, it's possible that he could play a good role in the offense than many anticipate, you know. And he's only priced at under 1.1 mil for the 2023 season, so it's a possibility that he exceeds the value of his contract early in the season. And we know Andy Reid could easily utilize receivers, especially with Richie James' skill set, and this could yield significant dividends throughout the season, particularly with Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. And I honestly just can't wait to see it, man. Now, there's still moves that the Chiefs clearly need to make. I mean, they have to extend Chris Jones, because Chris Jones is our defensive tackle of the future, and you don't find too much defensive tackles putting up 15.5 sacks. And we also have to figure out what to do with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like, are we going to trade him, or are we going to just leave him? But I don't think we need him anymore, because we have so much running backs at this point that's better than him. Even our UDFA, Deneric Prince, is honestly better than this dude, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And another thing we have to do is sign another defensive lineman. Like, I know we have George Karlaftis, Mike Donna, Felice Anudike, Usama, Charles Omenihu, and B.J. Thompson, with Chris Jones, Tershawn Wharton, and Keontae Colburn on the interior. But we do have to sign another defensive lineman now. There's Shelby Harris out there, Chris Wormley, Ndamukong Suh. But I do think we could get Justin Houston. I would love to bring back Justin Houston. He's a very good player. He used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs, and that'll be something very good. And now another thing we have to do is make a decision regarding DeAndre Hopkins. Are we going to trade for D-Hop or not? That's the decision we have to make, because we're in talks to trade for DeAndre Hopkins, but are we going to trade for him? I mean, he's a very good player. We have a young, inexperienced wide receiver room. We got some journeyman players in there. So if we add a player of Hopkins' caliber, he would undeniably elevate the Chiefs' offense to being the best in the NFL by a wide margin. Even though we are the best in the NFL, DeAndre Hopkins would not even make it close. Like, the Eagles or the Bills wouldn't even be able to compete with us, and that would just be super scary. Now, another thing I want to touch on is our backup quarterback, Blaine Gabbert. Now, he backed up Tom Brady and played for the Buccaneers, and he said he's seen some similarities between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Now, Patrick Mahomes, there's no secret that he's going to be the greatest quarterback to ever live and to ever play this game. And he is really a leader. He has habits of working consistently, studying, preparing, and carrying himself like the leader of a franchise. And Blaine Gabbert basically was saying that he's never seen nothing like Patrick Mahomes, and he has all of Brady's traits. And that just goes to show you that Patrick Mahomes is really going to be a GOAT, man. He's really going to be a GOAT. And Chiefs fans should just enjoy that we have Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback, and don't take this for granted. Please don't take this for granted, bro. And another player I want to talk about is Nico Remigio. Now, he could be a hidden gem for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know he didn't make I know he's not a roster lock, but he's pretty much a roster lock in my opinion. In college, he had 852 receiving yards and a total of 8 offensive touchdowns in 14 games. And he excelled in the return game, accumulating over 700 total return yards and scoring 2 touchdowns, one of which was in the Mountain West Conference Championship game. And he possesses numerous qualities that make him an exciting prospect, such as his ability on special teams, his skills after the catch, and his reliable hands. He's one of the most explosive returners in college football. He earned the 5th highest overall kick/punt return grade, and it's honestly crazy now. His diverse skill set, I think Andy Reid could design some creative offensive schemes for him, and he could potentially fill McCole Hardman's role in the offense with screens, jet sweeps, and other plays. And once he has the ball in his hands, defense is going to have a problem, man. So I can see him making the roster because he's like a running back/wide receiver. We just know Andy Reid loves them diverse, versatile wide receivers. And I just can't wait to see what Andy Reid does with this new team and this offense. So this was a longer type of video, and I appreciate all the support that y'all been leaving on my videos. And I'm going to keep dropping these bangers for y'all. So if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe and comment what you think on this video. And yeah, man, it's been your boy Chiefs Priority, and we're going to have a lot of bangers. I'm out, man. Peace. Oh yeah, like I said, like and subscribe and comment, please. We need that. We need to get pushed out.